Alright, g'day jabronis, it is a Verd here. I'm going to be doing my APAC game now. Boom. Oh no. Shit, I haven't played against Shedinja before. Alright. We're playing against Ismat. And he's got a pretty scary team, man. Like, a lot of this team is like the classic, what I saw in Moon series. I think like Serena plus Ogre. It's kind of spooky, but yeek. All right. I'll just dot him so we can make another room. Fucking Donny, saying he's a big fan. I feel kind of okay with this matchup though. Soak Finny into Shed isn't too bad because I have Leech Seed on my Selly. So that's pretty good. So you will see. This I should point out, this is very must win for us. Right now our team is down. Our team is down 2 and 3. So gonna be interesting to see how we go with this one. Celestial is probably gonna have to get brought for sure because of the potential for Shedinja to be a little shit. How do I want to play this is the question, I suppose. Ray's a really solid lead against his team from the looks of it. He doesn't have a whole lot. Like, it matches up pretty well against most of his team. Gengar, I feel like, is not bad. Definitely threatens a hell of a lot of things. And the Destiny Bond could be really clutch. For sure. Zern's a bit of an iffy one because of the fact that Finny can do those shenanigans with Shed and the fact there's a Celestealer. But I do still like it because Ray does have Overheat, so I can always bop the Selly with that as I set up. Alright, I'm thinking Ray, Zern lead. Definitely Selly in the back. Do I bring Finny? Incin would be really good for Shedinja. Really good for Selly. I feel like Gengar, though, was just another clutch way of dealing with it, so I'm going to bring Gengar. Leads Ogre and Serena. Drizzle's what's Scarfed, okay. That's cool. That's cool. I think I just Mega up and Dragon Ascent to Serena, and I just protect Zern because he doesn't have a switch in on that side, and if he's scarfed into Spout, it won't do too much to Zern after I change the weather conditions. Looks like no switches, so yeah, he's going to Helping Hand. Is it Ice Beam? No, Spout. Ray can tank this because of AV, and I should be able to bop the Serena. Sick. Okay. He goes into his own Ray. How do I want to play this? We know that it's Scarfed Ogre into Spout. So I kind of want to E-speed it to mitigate its damage and then try and get my Zern off with a Geomancy. Could be the play. The question is whether I think his Rayquaza is going to go for a Dragon Ascent into my Rayquaza or into my Xerneas. Because after Zern's Geode, I can just Moonblast the Ogre and knock it out. That's the thing. I think I want to Dragon Ascent his Ray, and I want to Geomancy. Because, yeah, he goes out to Selly. That's good. Because I get the Dragon Ascent off first, which is really good. He'll Dragon Ascent my Zern, almost kill it, which is a big yikes. But I think my play on this turn is going to be the fact that I don't think his E-Speed will kill me. It could be slow ban. That was a lot of damage. If that is that banded damage? Because that did a fuckload to my Zern. I think that might be, because my Xerneas is very defensive. I need the other damage calc. Where is it? This one. Yeah. Rayquaza, Choice Band versus Xerneas. More like the bulky variant. So yeah, Banded Dragon Ascent from Adamant. Well, I think he's Jolly. No, he is Adamant because my Ray outsped. So yeah, I think he's Adamant Banded Ray because my Zern is like 188 or something. That's looking like it's banded. So what I can do here, I think, is I can overheat his Celesteela. And then just maybe Dazzle. Actually, is it better to... Yeah, I need to overheat his Celesteela. And if he Wild Guards, it's annoying though, so I'm going to count my losses and Moonblast the Ray. As he goes into Ogre, so sweet. We pick up the Ogre here. Oh, we don't, but we overheat the Celly to get off good damage. And he Heavy Slam my Ray, which won't kill it. So we're in a really good spot now. Because overheat again won't knock out Celly. Moonblast might. Maybe. We E-Speed Ogre and we Moonblast Celesteela. That's our play. Because that'll pick up Ogre. Moonblast Celly, which picks it up. Sick. So my Ray outspeeds his Ray. So I just E-Speed and Moonblast, and that should wrap things up. Alright, GG. Pretty good first game. Went pretty much how I wanted it to. Just gotta... What do we know about his team? So we know it's Scarfed. We know that his Ray is Adamant Band, so we really have to keep that in mind. He didn't bring Shed, but the threat of Shed is always going to be apparent. How do I feel about Finny? I don't think I'd use it. I did reveal Overheat, which kind of sucks, but I don't mind. I think I'd leave the same, because this is really good against him. And I don't think I just keep the same two in the back. They did really, like... I literally just had Zern and Ray out for the entire game, and they did the job. So I'm pretty content with them just staying out and doing it again, honestly. I want to see in this game how he chooses to counter-lead those two, because then if things go up shit creek and I go into game 3, I can strategize around that. But for now, it's one of those situations of like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, I feel pretty good with... I mean, the game 1 went great. He made a lot of doubles and whatnot, but everything was just dropping. So it went really well, and we know he's Banded Ray. We know that he's Scarf Ogre. We know he's Helping Hand on Serena. We did not see the Celesteela go for anything bar Heavy Slam onto the Ray. I'm not sure if it's Wide Guard. Because I feel like if he was Wide Guard, he would have clicked it. Knowing that I could just Dazzle and pick up the Ray and then get the damage onto Celly to potentially knock it out with Overheat. But I guess he didn't think that I had Overheat, so I don't really know. Knowing he's Banded Ray should actually make some decisions a bit easier as the game goes on, though. Like, if he's banded, then there's always the opportunity to just like swap things out. So he leads to Celly this time. Fair enough. No issue with that for my end. All I think I do turn 1 is I protect my Xerneas and I'm going to Dragon Ascent his Kyogre. Because he goes into his Ray, which is fine. We know that his Ogre is Scarfed. So we can just fire off a Dragon Ascent. That does a decent amount of chip, but we can just go for the Dragon Ascent and put the Ogre effectively in range of E-Speed. So I think what I want to do is I want to E-Speed the Ogre, because it should... If Dragon Ascent's doing that much for my Ray with no investment, E-Speed will pick it up. And then I just want to Geomancy with my Zern. That's the play. So we'll just Geo and E-Speed the Ogre slot, because he could swap out, but we do pick up his Ogre, which is sick. He does Dragon Ascent our Zern again, but we know we tanked that shit, and now we can get off that Geomancy. which is great. We know he's banded Ray, which means he's forced to kind of swap out that side. And we've seen Celesteela, so he's not bringing the Shedinja tactics. So this is looking pretty good. He goes into Selly. It's not really that big of a threat, though. I kind of just want to Moonblast down the Ray side and then just overheat the Selly for damage, because then Incineroar can just pick it off at the end. I don't want to risk Dazzling Gleaming, and then he goes for Wide Guards. I'm just going to Moonblast the Ray, take out what I know I can take out, and then just overheat his Celesteela for the damage. If his last mon's Shed, then so be it. I will have Overheat Ray still sitting there, or I have Celesteela plus Incin in the back that deal with it either way. So yeah, if it's Shed in the back, then I also feel confident that my Celesteela can kind of beat his team in conjunction with my Incin. Because if it's Shed plus Selly, then I can just sub up. Sorry, voice break. I can sub up with my Celesteela. So he goes into Finny. That's fair enough. Gets some Misty Seed boost. We're going to have a good amount of chip here, though. Don't put him into barrier range. I missed the overheat, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. These things happen. The plus side of this is that I can Dragon Ascent the Finny and knock it out. And then I can go into my Incineroar, because his Ray's at full health, though, which kind of sucks. That's why I want to keep Selly in the back, so I can just 1v1 his Ray. Because I think that's what it's going to come down to. So I want to go into Incin now. I just want to fake out his Celesteela and then Dragon Ascent his Tapu Fini. And that should be fine. And then his Ray will come in, and then I'll probably double out of Incin into Celesteela and Dragon Ascent his Ray, because I know that my Selly should be able to beat his Selly. So Dragon Ascent should pick off the Finny, which it does. Awesome. He's flinched, so that's fine. His Ray will come in. His Selly could go for Protect. We know his Ray can't go for Protect. So I'm just going to swap out my Incineroar into Celesteela, and then I'm going to Dragon Ascent his Rayquaza, because I think he's going to try and Dragon Ascent my Incin, probably, or he's going to EQ or something, but I can just Dragon Ascent his Ray here. If he E-Speeds, though, that's the thing. But if he bans himself into E-Speed, then Selly just wins, so I'm kind of fine with that. I go on a Celesteela, and I Dragon Ascent his Rayquaza. Because, yeah, if he locks himself into E-Speed, that's fine by me. Yeah, he doesn't 6, so we got off the free chip that we needed. He EQs, which won't affect anybody on the field. And if his Selly didn't go for Heavy Slam on Ray, but it does, that's fine. That is A-okay with me. I can just go into my Incineroar. His Ray is now banded into EQ, so it can't do jack shit. So I can sub with my Selly, and I can fake out his Celesteela, and that should be the game. I forgot that he could hit my Incin, but I tanked that shit, so it's fine. Selly gets off the sub that I need, so that should be the game, because I can just Leech Seed his Celesteela. And that should wrap things up, I think, in a neat little package. Incin will die, kind of unfortunately, but I don't think his Selly can beat my Selly, so I'm just going to Leech Seed it now. And then Incin's just going to die to Ray. I forgot that Ray could do that, but it should be fine. I'm hoping I just didn't choke the game by doing that. As far as I know, his Ray can't do shit, so all I gotta do is just target down his Celesteela and we're fine. He reveals to have Flamethrower. Okay. Bit different, but it is what it is. I do have access to Protect, so this should be fine. I just Tech Tier. EQ does nothing, Flamethrower does nothing, and I believe I outspeed him, so I can just go for a sub. So, should be all good. I think we have this game. Because I have Sub Protect Selly. So I'm pretty sure the game's done. Ray can't touch me. And I just Sub Protect with Leech Seed and Lefty's Recovery for the entire game. And should win because my Selly has speed investment. So yeah, he can just keep Flamethrowing. It will keep fading. But then I can just keep protecting. So I'm pretty sure this is game. I could just sub again as well if I wanted to at this stage, but I can just protect as well because it's free. Only fear is like Ray running out of moves and then struggling, but like even then, it's no big deal. Like the game's pretty much done. Like, I just keep doing this, recycle it until this Selly dies pretty much. Because Ray's struggle won't do shit anyway. and then it'll just die to recoil. So yeah, we wrapped this one up in a nice, neat little package. Obviously, this game was a bit closer, but I felt very confident with the team. He just didn't have a lot for my Ray in the way it was designed, and once I knew that he was Adamant Ray, it was quite easy to play around. Locking himself into EQ, I think, was just wishful thinking, hoping that I had Gengar or Finny in the back, but with my Selly and the speed investment it has, I outspeed most other Sellys in the comp, so we're able to wrap that one up nicely, 2-0. So yeah, feeling really good about that. Solid win. It means that our team is now 3-3, which means it comes down to our last player, Brady. Hopefully he can get the W, and yes, I remembered to record this time, so happy days. Yeah. Feeling really pumped about that. Ismat's a very good player, so I'm really happy with how I played, but I also feel like I just had a really good matchup. So yeah, I'm the Verd. I'm out.